Happy New Year once again. Compliment of this beautiful, beautiful year. 2023 is loaded, heavily loaded with blessings, with favor, with opportunities, with doors, with good things. It's a package wrapped on the altar of character, attitude, relationships. Relationship with God, relationship with yourself, relationship with people around you. People around you, lesser, higher. 2023 is a year that is packaged hourly, monthly, daily, given to each and every one of us to use, to maximize, to invest for the harvest that is in 2023. Life is free for all. People achieve in life by the reason of their being intentional in everything they do. You cannot be casual and not end up in casualty. Life is a game of being intentional. Life is a game of being determined. I'm using the same word deliberately. Life is about what you know. If you don't know better, you cannot live better. If you don't have understanding, you cannot be outstanding. 2023 is a year that is fully loaded, and I'm passionate about telling you the things to do, what you are going to do to become the best version of yourself in 2023. I said it last week. I said Shematters in the next 4 weeks, every Sunday has to go with how you are going to handle this year. You cannot live your life in the way I used to do it. Status quo. Doing the same thing, the same way, expecting a different result. It is called foolishness. 2023 is not a year you can be foolish. You have to be wise multidimensionally. Wise in health, wise in relationship. Wisdom must be your priority in 2023. What Shematters is doing now is to baptize you with knowledge, wisdom that you are going to apply. A lot of people have wisdom, they know something but they are not applying it. Applied wisdom is wisdom on its own. I'm going to pull you through in the next 3 weeks or more to let you live a life that you are dreaming of in 2023. Everybody has a dream, even a child. If you ask a child, hello boy, how are you? What do you want to become? The child will say doctor. The child will say lawyer. The child will say banker. Children have dreams. Not to talk of an adult like you and me. Meaning that dream you have, that picture of your future that you have, you need to do something with your life by making sure that anything and everything I'm telling you to do, you will do it in a way that people around you will say, hey, oti yato, you are different in 2023. The essence of all these episodes is to take you through that route. It's a journey. Let's go together. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Ayefele, I'm sure you have not taken your copy of So Far So Good. That album is loaded. Oh my God. Danceable. Go grab your copy. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Ayefele, I am saying that Shematters is a program that will change your life. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is Shematters on Fresh FM 102.9 Akure. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Ayefele, the man behind the scene of Shematters, Fresh FM Nigeria, a visionary leader, I welcome you to Fresh FM 102.9 Akure. It's going to be an awesome time today. I'm intentional about dealing with issues in family life. And I'm not doing family life today because this is a new year. And because it is a new year brings a new thing, a new year brings a new day. I am going to be preparing each and every one of us for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, depending on how long I can go, to help you to be your better person, to be your dreams come true, to be the realization of your vision. That is the reason why I am bringing this to your doorstep. Like I said, and I'm saying it again, life is a choice. Life is made happen to human beings based on the choices they've made and the decisions that follows those choices. In 2023, don't live your life based on dopamine alone. What is dopamine? Dopamine is a chemical release in the brain that makes you feel good. It's important to feel good. It is a pleasure to feel good. Let me explain what dopamine is again. Dopamine is responsible for allowing you to feel pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation. Let me start with pleasure. 2022 that had left, all this dopamine, they came into being. That is why you got the result you were able to get. Meaning that you have a feeling of pleasure, satisfaction, and you are motivated. In 2023, you must choose dopamine. You must allow yourself to feel pleasure, and I'll break it down. If you don't feel pleasure in a relationship that is not yet gotten into marriage, check yourself. If you are not satisfied about what you are getting from that relationship that has not yet led to marriage, watch your dopamine level. No pleasure, no satisfaction. Or you are in a relationship and you are not motivated. Today you are down, tomorrow you are up, you are feeling miserable, you are feeling bad about that person in your life, and you are not yet married. Run away. Meaning that 2023, you must chase a dopamine in your brain that allows you to feel pleasure in your job. But it's a relationship. I'm still going to speak Yoruba, don't worry. I've talked about relationship. How are you feeling about that person, husband and wife? Are you feeling pleasure with your husband? Are you feeling pleasure with your wife? Are you satisfied in your relationship? I'm telling you what to choose in 2023. Are you motivated? Motivation means, are you excited in making things to work? In seeing things from a very, very important perspective? Are you satisfied? Do you have pleasure? Are you motivated? In a relationship, for instance, let me start with relationship and leave job. Dopamine makes you feel that you have achieved something, and the surge of pleasure or dopamine in the brain, meaning that you are happy. You want to live again. You want to have that friend again. You want to relate again. You want to love again. You want to be healthy again. You want to be wise again. You want to work again. You feel like going to work when it is in the morning. What that chemical in your brain called dopamine is allowing you to feel pleasure, to feel satisfied, to feel motivated. If you are not excited, you are not motivated, you don't have pleasure, it calls for concern in 2023. Meaning that as I'm talking to you now, you are going to get a sheet of paper. I'm giving you an assignment. You are going to write those things that is not giving you pleasure, that is not giving you satisfaction, and is not making you feel motivated. Write it down. There is beauty in journaling, in writing things down. A fainting pen is better than the sharpest brain. A fainting pen is better than the sharpest brain. I know that when you write things down and you read it, it will make more meaning to you and say, so I wrote this down. And the things to write, I'm intentional with what I'm saying, and I'm saying it deliberately. Are you motivated? Do you have pleasure? Are you motivated? Are you satisfied? If those three things are not pumping in your brain, your dopamine, there is problem. I will break it into two. Another part of dopamine is this. If you live your life chasing pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation, what I started today, I'm still going to continue next week. But use your heart to follow me. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré sọ Yorùbá. I promised you I'm going to speak Yorùbá. 2023 yìí kò ń ṣe ọdún tí èèyàn máa ń rin ìrìn ẹ̀ láì mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ pinnu, mo ní nǹkan tí mo máa ṣe fún wa fún oṣù kan. Tó bá dẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ kò sí problem, ni pé mo fẹ́ ká rin ìrìn àjò 2023 ní ọ̀nà tó jẹ́ pé ó máa jẹ́ ká ní ìlọsíwájú. Àlá ìran tí a rí nínú ayé wa tí kò ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2022, mo fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2023. Mo wá pín ọ̀rọ̀ mi sí ọ̀nà méjì. Ọ̀nà kejì ni mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ lóyìnbó tí mi ti parí yẹn. Bọ̀ mi fẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ pé ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ mi ní Yorùbá kẹ́ má lè gbọ́ dáadáa. Torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe gé kúrú níbi òyìnbó yẹn. Ṣé rí? Mo sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan, ọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ̀ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọpọlọ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n màá try láti break it down fún wa kó lè yé wa. Nínú ọpọlọ wa à ń pè nǹkan kan ní dopamine. Ó dàbí ìgbà tí èèyàn fẹ́ lọ́tọ̀ tí nǹkan kan kàn sọ fún lórí ẹ̀ pé lọ́tọ̀, lọ́dìdé lọ́tọ̀. Bóyá kí n lò báyìí pé bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé tínú èèyàn bá dùn, wàá mọ̀ lọ́pọlọ, wàá mọ̀ lára. Àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ síyàn tó máa ń jẹ́ kí ọpọlọ èèyàn kó kún fún ìtẹ́nilọ́rùn, tó kún fún ọkàn bíbalẹ̀, tó kún fún màá lè ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú ìwà ń wára, tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa bẹ̀ mí pé ṣe báyìí, ó dẹ̀ dìde, ó dẹ̀ jí, ó dẹ̀ jẹun, ó dẹ̀ má sùn sílẹ̀, ó lè ṣe dáadáa, ara ẹ̀ lè yá. Àwọn nǹkan tí ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́pọlọ yẹn tó ń pè ní dopamine yẹn, òun ló máa ń tì wá láti ní ìgbádùn, láti ní ìtẹ́lọ́rùn àti láti lè ṣe nǹkan tí èèyàn fẹ́ ṣe láì ṣe pé wọ́n ń ti ẹni yẹn lọ́gbọ̀gbọ̀n. Mo rò pé Yorùbá mi yẹn correct. Mo love ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ Yorùbá gan ni mo ṣe ń ṣe eléyìí fún wa. Ṣé ẹ rí? Tí ẹ bá wà níbì kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi yìí, tí ẹ ní pleasure, ẹ láyọ̀, kò dùn mọ́ yín nínú ibikíbi tẹ́ bá wà. Ó lè jẹ́ ní inú relationship ni, ọ̀rẹ́ tá a jọ ń ṣe. Mo wá ń sọ fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì ṣègbéyàwó pé tẹ́ bá wà nínú nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yìí, àìní ìtẹ́lọ́rùn, àìní ayọ̀, àìní nǹkan tó máa ń tìyàn láti fẹ́ ṣe dáadáa, motivation nínú relationship yẹn, inú yín ò dùn, ẹ feel pleasure, ẹ dẹ̀ tí ì ṣègbéyàwó, jọ ń torí Ọlọ́run mo bẹ̀ ẹ́ ní sá kúrò ńbẹ̀. Ní 2023 ò lè tẹ̀síwájú láti máa rin ìrìn àjò kan náà bákan náà kó wá rò pé nǹkan tó yàtọ̀ máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ, kò ṣeé ṣe. Òpònú, aláìlérò, aláìlọ́pọlọ ló máa ń ṣe nǹkan bó ṣe ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ tó máa wá rò wípé òun máa ní èsì tó yàtọ̀. Yorùbá ní tí èèyàn bá ń ṣe nǹkan tí kò jẹ́ kí aráalé ẹ̀ sùn tó ń dẹ̀ sọ fún, tó ń jẹ́ kòkòrò bọ́n ṣe sọ nìyẹn, á di wípé ariwo ẹ̀ kò ní jẹ́ kéèyàn sùn torí pé yóò sọ fún. Ni mo ṣe ń jí wa báyìí pé tó o bá ti ní pleasure láì tí ì ṣègbéyàwó, èní ìrònú, ẹkún àsùnsùndá ló ń sun. Your dopamine is not giving you kò fún ẹ ní nǹkan tó nílò láti lè lu àlùyọ nìyẹn má tẹ̀síwájú nínú relationship yẹn nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ṣègbéyàwó. Ojú tó bá máa báyàn kalẹ̀ kì í tààrọ̀ ṣèpin. Tàbí pé o kàn mọ̀ wípé oko ogún ni mo fẹ́ gbẹ̀pà sí yìí kò lè work. Mi ò lè ní ìlọsíwájú. Ọkàn mi ò balẹ̀. Ẹ tí ì fẹ́ ra o. Agbe dúdú, agbe funfun, agbe pupa. Ẹ wò ó. Ẹ má fi ro ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin lásán. Mo lóòótọ́ Shematters lètò. But mo ti rí àwọn obìnrin tó jẹ́ pé ìṣọwọ́ ṣe ṣìnà wọn ó ju ẹni tó ti wà lé ọkọ lọ tọ́ndẹ̀jọ́ obìnrin. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má fètò ìsítobìnrin rárá, mi sọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin bì. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí 2023 kó yàtọ̀ sí 2021, 22 àtijọ́ tẹ́ ti dáyé kó yàtọ̀ ni mo ṣe ń sọ ilé yìí. Tó bá ti wà nínú relationship tó wà motivated, ẹni yẹn ò tiẹ̀ lọ́gbọ̀ngbọ̀n, kò ti ayé ẹ̀ síwájú, ẹ ti ń bára yín papọ̀, ẹ ti ṣègbéyàwó ni mo ẹ̀yin o tẹ́ ẹ ti ṣègbéyàwó mo ṣì ń sọ yìí o fún ọdún kan, gbogbo 2022 lẹ ti fi ṣọ̀rẹ́. O lè sọ pé nǹkan báyìí ni ẹni yìí ló fi kún fún ẹ, ló add mọ́ láìfẹ́. Nǹkan tó ń rò ni pé ẹ̀mí mi rẹ̀wẹ̀sì, ṣé màá lè làjà báyìí, mo máa lè kú sí kinní yìí, kò máa dá tó, wàhálà mà ní. Inú ẹ ò dùn, o rò pé èmi àtọkùnrin yìí, èmi àtobìnrin yìí a máa lora wa àlò gbógbógbógbó, àlò tọ́. Ìbànújẹ́ ṣá, ìrònú ṣá, òun ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ. Your dopamine level ó ti tó kó sá lọ, kó sọ fẹ́ni yẹn pé bye bye to rédèrèdè, bye bye to játijàti in 2023, bye bye to rédèrèdè. Ẹ má mind ohùn mi, ohùn yẹn náà mo ti fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ títí. Ìyẹn lórí àjọṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin àtobìnrin. Báwo ni iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe? 2023 la wà yìí o. Ṣé o feel pleasure, inú ẹ ń dùn, ọkàn ẹ balẹ̀? Tó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ báyìí o fẹ́ sáré lọ bí iṣẹ́ yẹn, inú ẹ ń dùn lórí ẹ̀. Tí ò bá sí ń bẹ̀, nǹkan mẹ́ta ló lè ṣe. Àkọ́kọ́, o lè wáṣẹ́ mi. Ìkejì, ó yẹ kó o develop ara ẹ débi pé àwọn ará ibi iṣẹ́ yẹn ló máa wá ẹ, kì í ṣe ìwọ ló máa wá wọn. Wàá wà indispensable. Mo ti sọ àwọn nǹkan yìí lóyè òyìnbó. Ṣé lẹ́yìn tẹ́ máa ń gbọ́ Yorùbá yẹn, àwọn kankan wà tí mo tún sọ sí tí mi sọ lóyìnbó. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbọ́ òyìnbó tẹ́ gbọ́ Yorùbá, mo congratulate yín. Torí pé mo tún ti ń sọ àwọn ìjìnlẹ̀ yìí nínú eléyìí sìn tó jẹ́ pé mi ti ẹ̀ sọ nínú òyìnbó tí mo sọ. Ó ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ yẹn ò fi ẹ́ lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Mo ní nǹkan mẹ́ta, méjì mo sọ, ẹ máa sọ yòókù tó bá ṣe wá. Mo ní àkọ́kọ́, change iṣẹ́. Tó o bá wá lè change iṣẹ́, wá dàgbà nínú ibi iṣẹ́ yẹn débi pé wọn ò ní lè, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lè fojú tẹ́ńbẹ́lú ẹ̀, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lè sọ pé kúrò ń bẹ̀, kí ló fẹ́ dà? A nírú ẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀, a nírú ẹ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Tó bá ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, tó ti lè raise ara ẹ sókè, ìwọ gan á dẹni tá à ń wá, wàá dẹni tí a lè fọwọ́rọ́ sẹ́yìn níbi iṣẹ́ yẹn. Àbí o wà ń bi iṣẹ́, o wà motivated, kò sí nǹkan tó ń yá ẹ lórí. Yorùbá ní báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ sọ yẹn o, inú dídùn máa ń móríyá, orí ẹ ò yá sí iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe. 2023 yìí wà wá wọ̀rọ̀kọ̀ wá fi ṣàdá. O ní láti ṣe nǹkan kan tó máa jẹ́ pé ó máa fún ẹ ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti lè tì ẹ́ síbi tó tún ga, tó yẹ pé á wù ẹ́ láti wà ń bẹ̀. Inú ẹ á dùn pé mo ti lu àlùyọ ń bì. Tí o bá ti lu àlùyọ ń bẹ̀ yẹn, dopamine yẹn á lọ síbi ọpọlọ ẹ, inú á dùn, ayọ̀ á kún. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ gbọ́ Yorùbá mo ti try, ṣe rí i pé iṣẹ́ ọpọlọ ni mò ń ṣe ń bì, torí pé mo fẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin náà gbádùn mi. Mi ìfẹ́ kó dàbí yí pé mo ń rólé apá kan, mi ìfẹ́ rólé apá kan, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ gbà mí láàyè láti padà sóyìnbó, torí pé kí ni ó kù ọ̀nà kejì tí mo fẹ́ sọ nípa choosing dopamine ní ìdàkejì. Ṣé mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ pleasure, satisfaction, motivation, ọ̀nà kan nìyẹn. Ọ̀nà kejì ni mo máa sọ lóyìnbó yìí. If you live your life chasing high, oh, I want to be satisfied, I want to be pleasurable, I want to be motivated. Listen to me. If you choose that dopamine of, ṣé mọ̀ pé dopamine yẹn mo ní ọ̀nà méjì mo yí sí ni mo gé sí. Feeling of pleasure, of satisfaction and motivation is important. Ọ̀nà kejì ni pé tó bá rò wípé o lè ní pleasure ní gbogbo ọ̀nà ní gbogbo ayé ẹ, irọ́ ni. Kò sí bí òkùnkùn ṣe lè dúdú tó, sánmọ̀ díẹ̀ máa wà. Kò sí bí ayé wa ṣe láyọ̀ tó, alákòókò ẹ̀kún ẹ̀. There are times in the man's life that things will not keep giving you pleasure. Ṣé rí i pé mo ti ń tún gbé sí another level. If you now choose pleasure, more satisfaction, motivation, wàá wà disappointed. If all you are looking for is pleasure, satisfaction, motivation, and you are always following the surge of your dopamine, you are going to enter trouble, because ilẹ̀ ò smooth. Life is ups and downs. There are challenges in life. There are problems in life. Life will not give you all that you want. That is why somebody said, if life gives you a lemon, add a little sugar and make it a lemonade. Because they are telling us that we cannot rely absolutely on our chasing of dopamine. Meaning that you have to be pleasurable, be satisfied, and be motivated. It does not work that way. I have a good news for all parents. I'm doing a webinar on dynamic parenting. 10 courses, training on how to raise your children. Ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tó bí eléyìí nínú ọdún tuntun yìí. Listen, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi gbogbo àgbáyé, Fresh FM Nigeria. Distance is not a limitation. You are coming to do it through webinar Zoom. It's going to be so powerful that raising your children is going to give you peace. If you are not bothered about your health, you are not bothered about your wealth, you are not bothered about your happiness. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin òbí tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi, tẹ́ ẹ bá tètè sáré sí training yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tá à ń raise níran yìí. I'm sorry, it's English program, but if you are a mother, let your son or your daughter learn it and come and teach you. It's going to be on Zoom, on webinar, on social platforms, but you have to register to enter. If you are interested in understanding dynamic parenting, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń dán ọmọ tó single parent, hey Sherry, by the time I'm finishing this dopamine, you will understand why I am passionate about raising your children in a dynamic way. The number to text, that is the number for dynamic parenting webinar. To collect the information and the costs, 090 2010 1080. That is the number you want to connect with for the webinar. Dynamic parenting seminar or training is going to be for 6 weeks on Saturdays. You must sit down and know how to raise your children, because hey, one psychiatric doctor told me, he said, in the next 2 years, we are going to be picking children on the streets that are on drugs. Àwọn ọmọ tó ń mugbó. I'm going to tell you why. If you are going to join me on dynamic parenting webinar Zoom, the number to register with is 090 2010 1080. Follow me on Instagram. If you are finding difficult to get that number, send me a DM on Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. I will give you the details there. Listen to me. 2023 must be different in your life. Your life cannot continue like this, even in parenting. I said it before I went on break, that a psychiatric doctor said any man, any woman that is addicted to drugs, addicted to sex, what you are waiting for is a madman on the street. Is a matter of time. Every addict is living on a borrowed time. When I started this episode talking about the second part of the choice of dopamine, if you miss any of the episode, please follow me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is funkeadetuberu. Listen, like, and subscribe. The reason why you have to do that is very simple. You can listen to the episode, the part you have missed. Funke Adetuberu is my YouTube channel. If you want to join me for dynamic parenting seminar and webinar, Zoom new. So distance is not a barrier. The number to communicate that with is 090 2010 1080. That is the number you are going to be chatting me with. Now listen to me very clearly. The choice of dopamine, that I want to have pleasure, I want to be satisfied, I want to be motivated. If you don't know balance, you have not learnt balance, you don't know that life gives you anything. There is bitter, there is sweet. Bitter leaf can be bitter at the beginning, but the end will be sweet. If you don't learn that balance in an act of I want pleasure, I want satisfaction, I must be motivated, and you don't teach yourself how to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you follow the dimension of pleasure, satisfaction, motivation, you'll be addicted to whatever gives you satisfaction. That is where addiction comes in. And listen to me today. Addiction is a man forming a habit, and the habit has now formed the man. Addiction gives your dopamine, that chemical in your brain, temporal satisfaction. Let me take sex for instance. If you choose that dopamine of being addicted to anything that gives me satisfaction, anything that gives me motivation, anything that gives me pleasure, that is how people get addicted to drugs. Please, if you are hearing me and you are a parent, and your husband is, maybe you are a man, your wife is addicted to something, you are a woman, your husband is addicted to drug, to alcohol, to cigarettes, to anything, please, for yourself's sakes, get into that class, dynamic parenting with Olufunke Adetuberu, on Zoom and webinar. There's no part of the world that you are in that you cannot partake of it. All you need is your phone, nothing more. And you are going to enjoy it. You are not just going to listen to it. You are going to have a manual, handbook that is rich. I was preparing the handout. I was crying. Hey, Oluwa, how do I put all this knowledge into people's head? Tori, in parenting, is the old age that matters. You don't want to suffer like this. Owo cooperative, owo gbomule lanta. You have labored and labored and labored. You will now raise children that are not healthy. mentally, emotionally, psychologically, financially, sexually. Please, quickly, bó ṣe ń gbọ́ mi báyìí tún kọ nọ́mbà yẹn sílẹ̀ o, to attend the webinar. Somebody said, this knowledge is expensive. Try ignorance. Ìmọ̀ tí wọ́n jù, kọ́ lọ ra òmùgọ̀ àbí àgọ̀. Nọ́mbà yẹn ni 090 2010 1080. Ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin, ẹ̀yin obìnrin, ẹ tètè wá kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Mo ń sọ ti tèmi o. Dókítà alárùn ọpọlọ yẹn sọ̀sẹ̀ ó ní tó bá máa fi tó ọdún méjì sí, wọ́n máa ṣàwèrè mú títì nítorí ọtí àmupara, egbògi olóró. Nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Kò dẹ̀ ṣe pé, you know I'm a therapist. What I deal with every day, the issue of addiction to drugs on our children scares me. Scares me. Choosing dopamine of pleasure, satisfaction, motivation will put you in trouble, because you cannot always have what you want. Life will shake you. Life will rock you. If you don't do that and you want to be high, you will never be happy. You will never be high. Moments that are down are important part of growth, maturity, and development. But if you choose that, you are playing in the corridor of addiction to drugs, to alcohol, to sex, to excessive social media use. Ẹlòmíì, fóònù ti gbà sí ayé ìyàwó ẹ̀jẹ̀ àtọkọ ẹ̀ náà jẹ́. Brain wọn next in my phone, ọwọ́ kan phone, ó ti da addiction o. Ẹlòmíì lọ́sẹ̀ yóò yẹ kó ṣe phone fast, social media fast, pé mi ní lọ sórí social media. Ẹlòmíì lè jókòó sórí Facebook fún 2, 3, 4 hours because it's giving you pleasure, it's making you feel satisfied, it's motivating you. Yorùbá ní wípé nǹkan kí nǹkan téèyàn bá ń ṣe, àṣejù ní bàbá àṣetẹ́. If all you are doing is sex, drug, alcohol, cigarette, social media. Salt is good, but its excess is bad. Sugar is good, excess is bad. Food is good, overfeeding brings obesity. Life is about balance. Listen to me. Don't choose a dopamine that would destroy your life, that would truncate your future. If you're addicted to sex, pornography, masturbation, the consequences is very clear. You won't have a good home. You cannot love your wife very well or your husband. If you're addicted to drugs, you are playing with madness, insanity. I've seen boys, I've seen girls that have great potentials, that are very, very dynamic, that are so great. Jesus. That are mad today. You will see them talking rubbish. Orí wọn ti dàrú. Let me say this to parents. Do you know? Hear me very carefully. And this is important. Extremely important. If you are struggling with drugs, drug addiction, any form of addiction, it will mess up your future. Can you imagine? Maybe you are addicted to alcohol and you came home drunk. You now fell under the gutter and your children are seeing you. Would they want to be great? Would they want to be like you? Or you are under drugs? Would they want to take their lives, pattern their lives like you? Are you not destroying their self-esteem? A child that the father came home drunk or the mother came home drunk, please don't it's Shematters, but don't look at it from the angle of a woman alone. When it comes to addiction, it's not gender based. I've seen men that smokes like chimney. I've seen women that smokes like chimney. I've seen men that are addicted to different bad substance, cocaine, marijuana, and all this shit. A lot of it. So please don't start with only drugs. Don't give yourself excuse. You are destroying the self-esteem of your children. Èmi ò rí ọmọ amutípara tó délé tó ń bọ́ sí gọ́tà tó ń bì tí ọmọ yẹn máa fẹ́ yọjú láàrin àwọn èèyàn. You are destroying the picture of your children. You are destroying the future. Mo sọ picture, mo mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ sọ ni. Ìran ọjọ́ iwájú wọn nǹkan tán rí nínú tán rí bíi àwòrán. I'm speaking what I'm speaking intentionally. Ṣé rí pé mo kàn ń pariwo, mo kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni torí mo mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ni. The picture and their future is being distorted. Please don't choose addiction to feel pleasure, to feel satisfied, to feel motivated. Is a temporal thing. Máa mutí máa fi pàrònú rẹ, ṣé rònú ń parẹ́ ni? Hangover ló máa ní. Máa mugbó máa fi pàrònú rẹ, ṣé rònú ń parẹ́ ni? Hangover ló máa rí. Máa ṣe nǹkan tí ò yẹ kí n ṣe kí n fi pàrònú rẹ, kò kí n pàrònú rẹ. Hangover ló máa ń bọ́ sí. Choose a dopamine like good friends, exercise, reading, studying in a balanced way, not in a toxic way. Choose to look at yourself. Mo ní kó mú bírò àti paper, take a pen and a paper and start doing something. Start writing the negative dopamine that you have chosen as addiction and reach out to me for therapy and counseling. Reach out because it's going to destroy your future. It's going to mess up your life. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ pé phone ó ti di bárakú, ẹ̀yin àti ìyàwó yín. Phone ti di first wife, ìyàwó yín ni second wife. Phone ti di first wife, ọkọ ni second wife. First husband rather. Anything you are addicted to that is straining your family, but you are feeling satisfied, you are feeling motivated, you are feeling pleasure because you are feeding it, it will mess you up. Look at what I've said today. I've said a lot of things about dopamine, a chemical in the brain that gives pleasure, gives satisfaction, and gives motivation. I've talked about the positive one. When you are not satisfied with your work, when you are not satisfied in the relationship, I now brought it down to choosing a dopamine because you want to be satisfied, because things are not going well and you want to have pleasure, you want to be satisfied, you want to be motivated. You now went into addiction of drugs, of sex, of smoking, drinking, taking hard substance. It will kill you and make you useless in 2023. I'm intentional with my Shematters till the end of this month, or probably spilling over to next month. I'm passionate about getting you to a place of strength, sanity and serenity for 2023. If you want to see good days and you want to enjoy life, take this word to heart. If you miss it, bóyá ẹ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ tàbí kò yé yín, go to my Instagram page. funkeadetuberu is my handle. Go to my YouTube channel, Funkeadetuberu, and go and listen again, because information stops deformity. Understanding makes you to stand. Knowledge delivers. I want you to live a life that is beautiful in 2023. If you need therapy, you are addicted, send me a text or voice note. I don't pick calls. Ẹ má bínú, èrò pọ̀ lórí mi. The number to text, the number to voice note, the number to WhatsApp is 080 232 42389. 080 232 42389. That number is my number for therapy, for counseling. Don't forget, life is a choice. Start your life well in 2023. You will rejoice, you will celebrate, you will be happy that you were able to hear this voice of wisdom at the beginning of this new year. Life is too short to live it anyhow. Life is a marketplace. Àwa nájà ni, àtìpó àti àlejò ni mo jẹ́ láyé. À ń lọ́jọ́ kan. Don't live your life to shame your children, to shame your husband, to shame your wife, to shame your generation. Live your life in such a way that when people are referring to you, they are saying, wow, mama relé rẹ̀ ilé ló lọ tààràrà, bàbá relé rẹ̀ ilé ló lọ tààràrà. Is a life that will give you pleasure, in happiness, real one, not on negative dopamine. I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners today. It's been deep, inspiring, motivating. Today's Shematters. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Joel, the brain behind Fresh FM Nigeria, my name is Olufunke Adetuberu. I appreciate you for listening to me. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram. Funke Adetuberu is my handle. Listen to everything that is there. I will appreciate it when you keep living the truth that comes up on this program.